Because they have trained the heart to function by faith. So the reason God allows giving is because, as he said, this I say, he said, he which soweth sparingly shall also what? Reap sparingly. Do you know what this scripture means? It means giving is beyond a covenant. It's a principle now. Whichever place you find yourself, this thing is now a principle that is just applied differently in different covenants. He which soweth sparingly shall reap what? Sparingly. Whether he's in Mosaic covenant or in grace or in Davidic, if you give sparingly, you will reap sparingly. It says, and he which soweth bountifully will also reap bountifully. Next verse. It says, every man according as he has proposed in his heart. So it's not a law anymore. It is a function of faith. What can your heart release? According as he proposed in his heart. It says, let him give, not grudgingly or of necessity. It says, for God loveth a cheerful giver. It's already moving us to the second purpose, which is love. Because giving also reveals relationship. Say, God love what? A cheerful giver. In verse 8 is my emphasis. He said, and God is able to make. This is the faith dimension. So a man who is giving bountifully is giving because he knows that there's a supernatural force involved. God is able to make all grace abound towards you, that you, always having all sufficiency in all things, may abound in every good works. Are you seeing why many Christians are walking in lack? Because they have not injected faith into their economic transaction. They have hard work, they have diligence, but there's no faith there. The way to bring faith into your economy is by what? Giving bountifully. That is what causes the grace that makes your abundance to come alive in you. This is Paul talking after the resurrection. So all the covenants inclusive. Are you seeing this? Number 2, why does God allow giving? Because giving reveals the depth of your love for God. And we have quoted already Matthew 6:21, where a man's treasure is. He said that is where his heart is also. God loveth a cheerful giver. So when you start giving, until giving becomes your priority, there is something it does to your heart. You will begin by doing it grudgingly. You will now proceed to doing it of necessity. But a day will come when you start doing it cheerfully. That means it transforms your heart. It modifies your heart until it builds love in you. You know, Psalm 126 verse 5 and 6 said, he that carries precious seeds, he said, they that sow in tears shall reap in joy. Next verse. He said, help me. He that goeth forth and weepeth. This is where many people start from. Because there's no love for God yet. So they are wondering, will this thing work? Will it not work? Okay, let me try it and see. And then they are giving with tears. They go with weeping, bearing precious seeds. That means it's not careless giving. Precious seed. He said they shall doubtless return with rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves. As you are giving and you begin to see God's faithfulness, it begins to modify your heart. So you will migrate from giving grudgingly. You will now grow to giving of necessity. You say, they say, let's give to the poor. What can we do? The poor needs it. Okay, they say they want to do something. Let's just, well, what can we say? You now start giving of necessity. A day will now come when you don't give because there's a need. It has become your lifestyle. So you are looking for opportunity to give. And Paul said, you now have all sufficiency to give in every good works. So you see it everywhere. And that is what makes you become a Libra soul. Love now flows out of you, both for God and for humanity. This is why God does not remove seed. Because this is one of the things that affect the heart the most. Number 3, giving is a way of acknowledging God as your source.